Here we are at the Richmond Raceway in Virginia for the running of the Target 300 in the Target Series, and ironically, the Target sponsored car has the pole. Code Region the 32 is on pole for this race, just outside the only James Curligan. Then 30 of Jonathan Beeford, 4th John Weston, rang out the top 5, Max Saracen. Then 60 of Patrick Smith, 7th is Eli Bright, 8th Gatlin Downey, 9th Levi Jones, and 2nd in points Joe Jefferson rounds up the top 10. Then for the rest of it, got John Gammett, 2's outside Marcus Chapez, then Colton Yo and Wyatt Walker, Steve Morgan and Roland Cook, and Jake Galloway and Jose Fernandez, Marcus Sachi and Isaac Nichols. Justin Ethan, arguably one of the best drivers in the Target Series here at Richmond. Jeff Wright, he's going to roll off 21st here tonight. They got Steve Larker and TJ Hanning, while Justin Zidell and Adam McDowell, the last 2 winners in this Target Series. Then Luke Rainey and Juan Garcia, Tim Randolph and Michael Ferris, Jonathan Rains and Joe Sandrovich, Michael Sanders and Jennifer Beeford, your points there starting at the back. Then you got Jason Larker and Jay Jefferson, Jim Gambit and Alex Stewart, Hunter Powers and Christian Parker. And right at the field on the final, we got Roland Emmerich and Alexander Rowe. So that's your 42 car lineup. Code Luigi on the pole. He'll lead us to the green flag. Let's go down tracks and I get the command.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
All right, boys. Pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day. That's all we need.
And 42 cars right off the starting grid, as the Target sponsored car leads to the green flag in the Target sponsored race in the Target sponsored series. The pace car is in 45 laps around the short track, 3/4 mile. Code Luigi on pole, James Curligan 2's outside. Let's get it going. Green flag at Richmond. We're racing. Jonathan Beeford clears through 3 and 4, but slides out the track. Off of 4, lap 1 led by Jonathan Beeford, 5 points for him, but here comes James Curligan, the 0-1 to the bomb. Challenging for the race lead entering turn 1, Code Luigi slips back to 3rd from the pole, as the 28 got a great start to the race. Jonathan Beeford will fall back to 2nd as James Curligan grabs the race lead as they come down the backstretch into turn 3. Now the 28 trying to get back underneath the 1 as Eli Bright will grab the 4th position in the 88. Beeford now still side by side with the 0-1. As battle back here for 4th, Eli and Code Luigi. Pretty similar race cars right there. A lot of red and white, but 88 will take that. Whoa, Max Anderson sideways underneath to Curligan. Gonna hold that position down low, but almost spun himself out trying to save the car. Max Anderson not clear. Almost came up in front of the 0-1, and now it's a side-by-side battle as Jonathan Beeford gets away. Eli Bright just lurking behind this battle for a second, just waiting for his opportunity, trying to make a move. He's gonna get the move to 3rd. As Max Harrison closing on the 28, but again sideways, the 09 Patrick Smith. Car blowing up down low. Can't tell. 15 Levi Jones from the 9th position. And that car might not make it back to pit road. That is a heartbreak for Jones, who's not had the Target Series season he was hoping for. The 09 Patrick Smith trying to grab 3rd. The battle for the race lead intensifies. Max Harrison, the 04 to the bottom of Jonathan Beeford, slides up almost into him. And that could have been a crash. Luckily, they save it, keep it off each other. The front 2 pull away from the battle for 3rd. Patrick Smith has it now, as Colton Yo go for 4th in the number 2. Here comes John Gammett in the 38. He's coming hard. And now it's about an 8-9 car breakaway at the front. John Weston 9th. They got 10th on back and try and run down. Steve Morgan in the 9-9. They got Gatlin Downey. Jeff Bright is up into the top 15 already. Zidell, who won the last race at Atlanta. Luke Rainey coming up to the front. TJ Hanley on the bottom lane. Tim Randolph as well. 2nd in points, Joe Jefferson here just inside the top 20. We'll go back up to this front pack, where we see Jonathan Beeford still out front as Patrick Smith battles with Max Anderson for 2nd. As they race off of 4. A little bit of contact made, but that's some short track racing. Code Luigi back up into the top 5 after falling back. He's up to 5th. John West going for 6th in the A9. Colton Yo for the 3rd position in the number 2 cars. Patrick Smith clears for 2nd. Colton Yo going to clear for 3rd as they go into turn 3. That's a 4-car breakaway at the front, although Code Luigi going to try and make it a 5-car breakaway as the 32 car coming to life. And it was a gearbox issue for the 15 Jones. Obviously, heartbreak for him is just not had the Target Series season he's been wanting. For the race lead, Patrick Smith with a huge run to Jonathan Beeford and almost pushing him down this backstretch. Battle for 5th on as Code Luigi getting attacked by, I believe it was the 0-1 James Curligan. Oh, sliding up off the corner. Took the 32 almost up into the wall. That could have been a crash. In front of the field as Patrick Smith will clear the 28 for the race lead. Coming around to 35 laps to go this time. Somehow we've kept it clean and green so far. I really don't expect that for the rest of this race, though. 35 laps to go. 4 cars pull away as the battle for 5th. It's Eli Bright, John Gambit, James McCurley, John West, and Cole. Tim Randolph in 10th has worked his way up to try and make it a 10-car breakaway at the front. They got Gatlin Downey, Steve Morgan, as Morgan. Oh! Back there! Somehow that was not a crash. Reigns and Jose Fernandez made contact, and they almost got Jake Galloway. Somehow all of them saved the car. 3 wide right. Here's TJ Hanley making a move to the bottom. Hanley had probably the best car at Atlanta last race. Almost won the race. And oh, Downey and Morgan take each other up to the wall. And somehow they once again keep it from crashing. But Hanley, as I was mentioning, had probably the best car at Atlanta. Could have won the race. He was 6th coming around to, what was it, 4:03 to go. The caution comes out and it ruins any chance he had of winning, as the front 10 are single file now. Just staying orderly. Max Anderson up to 2nd. Colton Yeo now for 3rd in the number 2. As back 5th on back, single file, they're going to try and run down those front 4. Or they just can't make moves. Tim Randolph has gotten to the 10th position. Now 11th, 12th, 13th. 11th and 12th. Hanley and Sachi, they would be best off working together here to try and run down these front 10. See, John West has been forced to the high side by Cole. John Gambit the same there. Buford gets around Colton Yeo. That's just a trade-off there on positions. Yeo falls back in the number 2. Buford now trying to run down Patrick Smith as Max Anderson has taken the race lead in the number 04. Caution has come out. Looks like that is the yellow lights. Yes, it is. Big crash. Jeff Bryan the 5. Jay Jefferson the 1. Past winners in the Target Series here at Richmond involved. And now how do these leaders come back? It's always wild when these guys start flying into these guys. Hit the brakes, go high. Oh! He did hit the 4. The leaders are into the pack. John Gambit has damage on the 38. Patrick Smith, Max Anderson once again spun around. Isaac Nichols in the 7. Alex Stewart gets into Colton Yeo. And now the 2 has damage. The 38 has more damage than what he had. The 04 looks like he's going to be coming down pit road. The 09 has come down pit road with damage. The 04 as well. 38 will stay out on track. Jonathan Buford has stayed out. I don't think there's damage to the 28 car. He is now going to be your race leader. John Gambit's going to be 2nd. Look at the damage to the 38. James Currigan, Eli Bright. I don't see damage. Colton Yeo's going to have some damage here in the 2. My, oh my. What happened? Let's check out how the crash happened. Jay Jefferson, the 1, out of this race. Hard racing off of turn number 4. Luke Rainey, the 70, up top of Jay Jefferson, the 1. Jefferson definitely off the bottom lane. And kind of maybe slides up into Luke Rainey. They just get attached to nothing either one of them could do. One gets put hard into the wall along with Luke Rainey. Marcos Yepes spins it as he was trying to get by it. And then Jeff Bryant, the 5, come along on the outside, nowhere to go, and hits the 1 pretty hard in the front end. Those 2 cars definitely have some pretty significant damage. Isaac Nichols comes in and hits the brakes. And then here come your race leaders into it. The 04 from Max Anderson leading the race. As here they come, they're down the backstretch, they're entering turn number 3. They have to know that there's a crash on the front stretch. The caution will be out. They're racing back. Anderson gets back. And then this is where I said you have to just slow down. The 04 is going to go to the outside and barely clip the 4. Patrick Smith right into the back of the 4. Then Alex Stewart gets spun around and all that. 38, the 2, the 28 have a little bit of a stack up there. And then somehow the 7 and the 04. Oh my gosh, Nichols flipped. And then here comes the 2. And here comes the 39. Alex Stewart's going to fly up there. And Yo trying to get his position back. And the 39 spins him out into the 38. What a wild race back to the line. And what a wild lap after they took the caution flag. That's just ruined your leaders' days. Look at the smoke. That's ruined your leaders' day. That's ruined your 2nd place driver's day. That's ruined about your 3rd, 4th. It's ruined about the top 5 days. And then Nichols flipped upside down. There's no damage to that 7 car, though. I do not see any damage whatsoever besides right side damage. And then Stewart coming in there. And he's going to get Colton Yeo right there. And Yeo spins around the 38. Nowhere to go. That's everyone but 3rd inside the top 5. As Jonathan Buford stayed on track with no damage. He'll be your race leader once we get back to the green flag. He has some rear end damage that shouldn't be affecting the handling of that car, though. So Jonathan Buford will be out front for this restart, which will be around 25 to go. As the field comes off 2, we'll take the green flag with 25 laps to go at Richmond. From that crash, Jay Jefferson has retired a past Richmond winner along with Patrick Smith in the 09, who's running inside the top 3. The 4 is a lap down of Jason Larker after getting damage. Max Anderson, your leader at the caution flag, is going to be 38th with damage. And some others that were up there as well. So Jonathan Buford has the race lead. Second is Colton Yo with damage. John Gant with a lot of damage in third. Jameson Curligan fourth. Eli Bright rounding out the top 5. Let's see how that 38 goes. He has damage. The 2 Colton Yo also has damage. Green flag back waving. We're back racing. 2 cars get away. Gambit pulls low. He knows he has a problem. That car not going. Yeah, it's actually not going. It's slowing even more. He gets into the inside wall. This might be a caution flag. He stopped on track. No yellow yet, but if he can't get it refired and get it going, that might be a caution. He's gotten to pit road. We're going to stay green. Colton Yo takes the race lead over Jonathan Buford, and now third on back are in a mess as the front 2 get away. Jose Fernandez up into the top 10. This caution helped him. Tim Rinoff has gone up to third. Somehow. Eli Bright for fourth. 88 car. And DeCurligan the 01. Bound 3 wide back there. West almost forced into the wall. Sachi's in the middle. Hanley down low. Hanley will grab 8th as they hit turn 1. Caution back out. Jeff Bright, Christian Parker involved. Hunter Powers has spun around the front stretch as well. 3 cars involved. Side by side back to the stripe to lead them back. Colton Yo in the 2 will do it. Yo back to the yellow in first, but once again some slower cars. 2 car almost spinning out, trying to hit the brakes and get away from those guys. 16 Van McDowell has damage as well. I saw down low the 16. Yep, there's McDowell with some pretty severe damage as well. Yellow comes out. Yo with the race lead as it's going to be restart with under 20 laps to go. Yo is out front. Let's see how this caution occurred. And McDowell the 16 has heavy damage along with Jeff Bright and Christian Parker. Hunter Powers also spun around. Racing 3 wide off the corner, Jeff Bright in the 5 up top, Christian Parker in the middle. We'll kind of go back just a little bit. Oh, it looks like the 51 Emmerich got into the 40 just a little bit, and they spun up into the 5 of Jeff Bright. 40 in the 5 back it to the outside wall. Emmerich gets damage right here. Hunter Powers spins it out. Down into your points there, Jeff Buford. Ad McDowell coming flying in and hits Christian Parker hard. Nowhere for McDowell really to go. Look at this in real time. You saw Hunter Powers right here. Saw that 51, he spun it to the inside, hoping for the best, and he hit the 62 just a little bit and spun it back hard to the other end. Oh, the 62 didn't, in fact, spin out. Jeffrey Buford, your points leader. As watch as the 14 kind of, yeah, right there. 82 gets damage, 82 goes through the grass. Let's go on board with your points there, Jeffrey Buford. As she's involved in caution number 2. No real damage to the 62. It's definitely going to be a loss of track position. She might have to come down pit road, get those tires cleaned off, get some newer ones. And Colton Yo barely beat Jonathan Buford back and hung onto the car after the caution flag. Colton Yo will be a race leader once we get back to the green flag at Richmond. Coming back to the restart, lap number 29, Colton Yo still out front in the number 2. Alex Stewart, after taking the green flag, the team decided they should not stay out there and going to be impacting the race possibly, so they retired from the race just out of their own choice. John Gambit's 3 laps down, but back out on track. We have 35 cars on the lead lap. So Colton Yo's one of them. He's out front. Jonathan Buford in second. Third is Tim Rinoff. Fourth, Eli Bright. Cole Luigi fifth. Then James McCurl again sixth. Jose Fernandez, TJ Hanley, Marcus Sachi, and Jake Gallo round out the top 10. We're back racing green flag at Richmond. Colton Yo with a pretty good restart right there, but Jonathan Buford hangs tough there in the second position, and Tim Rinoff has worked his way up into the top 3. He's third as they battle side by side in front of him for the race lead. Buford to the inside of Yo as they hit the backstretch, turn 3 now. Buford slides up a little bit. Eli Bright makes it 3 wide for second. Randolph had to let off the gas. Caution back out. They have taken the caution flag. Nichols has gone around on the backstretch. The 4 down pit road. And cautions breed cautions here at these short tracks. Buford back in front. Yo in second. Bright up to third. And we have another quick caution. Not what some of these guys towards the back were wanting. Nichols spun around on the backstretch. Let's see how this caution was caused. This was at the back of the pack. I'm surprised this was actually a caution flag. Nichols in the 7, Jeff Bright in the 5, Christian Parker in the 40, all with damage. And you can see right there, they just squeeze off the corner. The 7 gets spun around. I'm really surprised that was a caution. No one was coming. The leaders were nowhere near. He got it going, and maybe that little bit of hesitation right there to get it going, they thought that maybe he wasn't going to be going. So just a judgment call there by officials to throw the caution right there. The 40 kind of pitches the 5 up into his teammate Nichols and Junior Mercer, where it's not having a day. They were like 2 of their cars back here damaged. The other one, though, up front in the top 3, he's looking to win this race, Eli Bright. So Buford in the 28 led us back. He'll also lead us back to the green flag. 11 laps to go and we get the green flag. Let's see if we can go all 11 laps. Green flag. No cars retired from that. Obviously, it was a single car spin on the backstretch. So Jonathan Buford out front for this restart. Colton Yule back to second. Eli Brett up to third. Tim Randolph is now fourth. Luigi stabilizes in fifth. Then got James McCurley in sixth. Jose Fernandez seventh. TJ Hanley eighth. Marcus Sachi ninth. Jake Galloway rounding up the top 10. So here we go. Late race restart. 11 laps to go at Richmond. Do we have another caution? Does it end under yellow? Do we go green to the end? But to find out, stepping on the gas goes Jonathan Buford. We're back racing at Richmond. Something about the leaders on these restarts, though, they normally overdrive the first corner. Will this happen to Buford? He does go up the track. Colton Yo to the bottom of the two. How about Eli Bright looking to the bottom? Can't get it done there, but he's going to have a position down low underneath the 28 as they hit 3 and 4. Eli Bright hugging that yellow line. The 88 car looks like it's come to life. Steve Morgan, the 99, has come down pit road as we got 10 to go at Richmond. Side by side for the race as they hit turn 1. Eli Bryan, the 88, will take it. Tim Randolph 3 wide to the bottom for second as Yo falls back in the outside lane. About the front 11 cars that pull away as Steve Morgan peeled off the pit road. There was smoke on the front stretch. Max Harrison, the 04, I don't see a caution flag. We're still green. The 04 spun around, but he kept it going straight. No yellow. They battle 3 wide back there for fourth. 3 cars have pulled away. Tim Randolph now looking on Eli Bright for the race lead. Jonathan Buford in the 20 also there's. They're side by side. Move Randolph to the top spot of the stretch. Is now 4th, 5th. How about 6th? TJ Hanley in the 44 up into contention. Marcus Sachi in the 66 as well as Buford grabs the second position. Looking now for the race lead in 3 and 4. Randolph up the track, big time. Buford charging hard on the bottom in the number 28. He's beside the 05 as they hit turn number 1. Less than 10 to go. Buford's going to grab it. Randolph way up the track. Eli Bright for second. Fernandez now to 4th. Hanley to 5th. Sachi looking for 6th. Buford way up the track. Eli Bright and Tim Randolph making some contact for second off the corner. 6 to go at Richmond. Still a 3-car breakaway at the front. Buford hugging that yellow line. Eli Bright just a little bit lower. Fernandez closing in. Hanley is closing in as well. Sachi in the 66 is there looking low. Eli Bright at the track. Here comes Tim Randolph in the 05. As they battle back there. Now 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. Buford in the 28 trying to hold off Randolph. Randolph in the 05 with a good corner. Down to the bottom lane. They're going to catch the 04 down the stretch. Randolph gets to the inside, Max Harrison. Harrison goes way up the track trying to move out of the way. Buford hits him as he goes by, showing his displeasure. Bright into the back of him. Saves the car. 4 to go. Sachi gets away to 5th. Fernandez now for 2nd as Randolph pulls away with the race lead. Cars filing down to the bottom lane to get around the 04. Randolph has pulled away to a pretty big lead with now 3 to go. It's going to take a big mistake by Randolph. He's going to have to really overdrive one of these corners, I think, for anyone to have a shot. Coming around to see 2 laps to go this time. Randolph does go up the track. Pretty big right there. Buford closing hard, digging hard with 2 to go at Richmond. 1.5 miles left. The 7 of Nichols is ahead. Will they catch him? Will he play a factor? Randolph wants to get up the track. Buford just a little bit lower, digging hard down the backstretch. They'll see the white flag this time. It might be a 3-car race to the end. Randolph a little bit lower than Buford that time, though. They come off the corner. White flag for Tim Randolph. One more time around Richmond for the 05. They race through 1 and 2. Randolph, pretty good job sticking to the bottom lane. Down the backstretch, they come for the final time. He's pulled away from the pack. He's going to end it out with the win. Randolph through 3 and 4. Up the track he goes. No one's close enough to take advantage. Tim Randolph wins at Richmond. Side by side for 4th. And I believe the 66 of Marcus Sachi just got it there at the line. No, Eli Bright barely edges Sachi for 4th. How about Tim Randolph? He pulled away from that lead after they beat and banged for 2nd. He ends up with the W. Tim Randolph winning at Richmond. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Target 300 at Richmond. There were 3 caution flags for 15 laps. All 3 of them pretty much in a line, very fast and back-to-back. And we had 15 lead changes among 7 different drivers. Tim ran off, winning the race after starting 29th. Not bad there. He got out front. No one could ever touch him once he got out front. Jonathan Buford led the most laps, 21, dominating this race. He ends up second. Jose Fernandez ends up third. Eli Bright in fourth. He had a pretty good car all day as well. And Marcus Sachi running up the top 5. Your pole here, Coluigi didn't lead lap. He ends up 6th. Decent day for him. It propels him up into the top 5 in points. In 7th, it was TJ Hanley. 8th, Colton Yo. 9th, Joe Jefferson, who's your new points leader. And Wyatt Walker rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. So what a wild race that was at Richmond. As it came down to the last few laps, the 05 would have overdrove the corners just a little bit more. It definitely would have been a multi-car race there at the end. We had 33 cars finish on the lead lap. We actually had 38 finish the race running, as Morgan was 10 laps down there at the end. Not many cars out because of crashes. We only had 1, 2, 3. Actually, technically only 2, but Alex Stewart technically was out because of a crash. The team decided that the crash damage was too big to continue. Let's now go look at the point standings. Here are points after Richmond, 10 races down. And we have Joe Jefferson back on top of the points list with Jeffrey Buford behind him, only 26 points behind. Then third is Jonathan Buford, so the Buford's having a great showing in the Target Series. Cole Luigi up to fourth, probably his best Target Series ranking he's had, and Jim Gamet is rounding out the top 5. Then Marco Chapez in 6th, 7th, Steve Morgan, Juan Garcia to 8th, Patrick Smith 9th, and Michael Ferris rounding out the top 10. So there's your top 20. The 05 with that win doesn't move up into the top 20 in points, so he's still struggling down there below the 20th position in points. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners inside the top 20 in points. We look down 21st to 40th now, and we see some more winners. Tim Ranoff is now 24th, Justin Seidel 25th. They are in position to make the chase with their wins. However, later in the season, there's probably going to be more winners inside the top 20. That might not cut it. They might need a second winner. They might have to get a lot of points to get up there. On the cut line is now Michael Sanders by 6 points over Jason Larker. TJ Hanley's only 7 points above. You got some drivers down here trying to work their way into the top 30 in points. Hunter Powers, once again, has missed 4 races, so the likeliness of that 14 team making the chase, not great, but you never know what could happen. So the next race will be at Dover for the Good East 300. See you guys then.